sophomore at Washington High School, which is located in Fremont. And if I was asked about my strengths in the beginning of the week, I would have said something along the lines of I'm optimistic, I'm ambitious, I'm adventurous, I'm outgoing, and I'm flexible. But I realized that these weren't my true strengths. These were strengths that I thought people would be impressed by. But Miss CEO helped me really gain confidence in who I actually am. I'm a hardworking person because I know that in order to achieve my goals, I need to continue to work hard, and there are no other shortcuts other than working hard. I'm also a helpful person, and that's why I created Bake for Safe, an organization in which my peers and I would go to different homeless shelters and bake for the homeless residents over there. And I kind of came up with this idea because I always loved helping people, always loved baking, and I just felt like a lot of the homeless residents were going through such a hard time, so I really wanted to give them a little bit of joy in their lives. And that's kind of where I got my persistent attitude. When I first emailed, I emailed about 10 homeless shelters asking them if I could come, and out of those 10, only 2 of them replied, and both of them said I was too young, and that maybe when I was 16 or 17 years old, I could come back and start baking. But that was definitely demotivating for me, but I wasn't ready to give up, and I was like, there must be a way I can overcome this obstacle. And so I held fundraisers. I held 2 bake sales in order to raise money for the shelter, and I ended up raising $150 from each fundraiser. So this is just a picture of one of the fundraisers we actually had. And then I emailed those same homeless shelters back saying that yes, I'm a 13 or 14-year-old, but I can work just as efficiently and maturely as a 16 or 17-year-old. And I think that and they actually let me come back, and I started baking, and I was so happy, and I was like, there's always a way to overcome an obstacle, and that sometimes they're really big obstacles, but there's always a way. And then I've been playing basketball since I was in 2nd grade, so cooperation has kind of become a part of me because basketball is a team sport, and you always have to work together. And then finally, I think that I'm unique because we're all unique. We all look different, we all act different, and I think that's one thing that's really cool about this world is that we're just all so different. And Miss CEO has really helped me embrace who I am and has helped me gain so much more confidence. I remember on Wednesday before I was going to have an informational interview, I was freaking out. I was like, I cannot give an impromptu interview. But I ended up turning that interview into a conversation, and that helped me gain so much confidence. And I think that one thing that really stood out to me this week was failure. I always looked at failure as something that was really bad. But after all these lovely ladies shared out like how they failed and how they overcame it, I realized that we all face failures, and we can never undo failure, but we can look at the bright side of it. And that's just one thing that's really stood out to me, so thank you so much.